Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Today I want to talk to you about how everyone grows distant in relationships. So I actually, early on in my therapy world, I started to create this little visual basically of we are getting closer to each other and we get further away. People get closer to each other and we get further away. And this is the ebb and flow of a relationship long term. There are ways that you start feeling closer and more intentional. Usually it's linked to things like stress. It's linked to things like work. All the things that are keeping you busy will start to distance you. But when after a while you start to find your way back to each other, right? Here's the problem. So the difference between couples who make their way back to each other and couples who keep distancing is the couples who are intentional about coming back to each other and realizing they're getting distanced, those are the ones that last, right? So like they notice that they're getting distant and they see that, and one or both of them does something to intentionally turn back the tide and come back to one another. And that's the difference between healthy relationships and unhealthy relationships. And unhealthy relationships, they just keep distancing and going further and further and further away from each other to the point that like they hit these things I like to call them crossroads. And a crossroad is when your partner does something that makes you lose respect for them. Like in a choice that they make, they're so far away from you and you're so far away from them that you don't even know how they could have made that decision and how they could be okay with the choices that they made. And there's a lot of ways that people pass through crossroads. Like it's not, so cheating is one of the ways for sure. It's a popular way. I mean, I don't encourage it by the way, but like it's one of the ways that people breach a crossroads. But there's other things too, like in a conflict, feeling like they don't really understand each other, and like after the conflict it's like, wow, you're here and I'm here and we're just like so far apart from each other. So it can be in conflict, it can be a decision somebody makes in a job to take a job that somebody else really isn't supporting or really will impact the family, but without anybody's under like respectful understanding of the situation. And so one of the things that you want to do to keep a healthy relationship is, as you see yourself distancing, is both of you need to turn the tides and come back to each other. And that can look like, we're going to spend some more quality time with each other. Let's spend some more alone time. Let's just you and me be with each other and make each other a priority again. That's why people start doing date nights again and start doing quality time. But like you really have to be intentional about it. You can't just wait for it to happen and then it never does. That's the problem, is a lot of couples are in this pattern, and yeah, something like outside of their control brings them together, but like if you aren't intentionally coming back together as a couple, like doing that within your control, then the world's just going to keep whipping you away from each other. So if you are interested in seeing me, I am going to do an event. It's called Dinner with a Sex Therapist. It's February 15th at the Schlafly Bottle Works. Please go to the eventbrite.com and under Angela Skirtu, and you can find the tickets there. Also, please like and subscribe, submit your comments below, and if you would like to get on my email list, submit a contact form at my website, therapistintstlouis.com. Thank you.